Hi everyone, in this video I will show you some art therapy activities that you can do at home. But before that, art therapy is a distinct discipline that incorporates creative methods of expression through visual arts, and its most common form is drawing and painting. Generally, art is an enjoyable experience, which makes it a very powerful tool in therapy settings. It can give you the opportunity to express your inner thoughts while helping you to better understand and make sense of your emotions and your mental health. Art therapy is used for a lot of illnesses, like for example, depression, trauma, eating disorders, and even bipolar disorders. But so many teenagers nowadays feel very overwhelmed by the problems they face every day, and also by the pressure they feel to succeed, and also by the hectic world that exists around them. And here is where the art therapy can help you achieve a lot of things like expression of feelings. Your art can become a way for you to express your thoughts and emotions without necessarily having to use words. It can also help you reduce stress levels and anxiety levels. And now I will show you some art therapy activities that you can do at home. And guess what? They don't even require a lot of materials. So for this activities, you will first of all need a pencil. You will also need an eraser in case you want to erase something or just something doesn't look really good for you. And then you will need a coloring tool. It can be anything from like markers or color pencils or paints, just like the one I'm going to use right now. I'm going to use watercolors, but you don't have to use like paint. You can also use color pencils, crayons, anything that you have in your house. So this first activity is inspired by the YouTube channel Erica Pang Arts. It is an art activity for anger. When we feel anger, usually there's a lot of other emotions hidden beneath it, like anxiety, sadness, loneliness, and this art activity will help you express all that you're feeling through your anger. It's called the anger iceberg. It represents the idea that although anger is expressed outwardly, other emotions may be hidden in the water, just like an iceberg in the water. This shows us that our anger is just a mask that hides our more vulnerable emotions. So the first step for this exercise is to draw an iceberg. You will draw the upper half that we can see and also the bottom half that is under the water that we can't see. The upper half will represent your anger, and you will try to draw it with whatever colors you want. It doesn't have to be paint like I'm using now. You can use color pencils, you can use crayons, you can use whatever material you would like and whatever colors you would like to represent your own anger. And after that, for the bottom half, when you move on to the bottom half of your iceberg, you are going to try and think of all the emotions that are hidden beneath your anger, all the emotions that you feel your anger is trying to hide. And it could be anything. It could be depression, it could be anxiety, it could be stress, it could be you just being really overwhelmed by something. And you're gonna write down those emotions on the bottom half of the iceberg, and then try to paint them with the colors that you think represent those emotions for you. And for the second art activity that I have, we're gonna do the grounding doodle. I took the idea for this activity from the YouTube channel Guepio Healing Arts. I hope I pronounced that correctly. It is an art activity that helps with relieving anxiety levels and relieving stress levels. And the steps to do this activity will be to begin freely making loops and swirls and lines without lifting your hand off the paper, just like you saw me do earlier, and I will demonstrate it again on a second piece of paper. The more times the lines are gonna cross each other, the more spaces you'll have to color in. And when you're finished with your scribble, you can either color in the spaces with different colors, or you can do different patterns, just like I am doing in this second scribble that I've done. Of course, just like I said earlier, you don't really have to use the same materials that I do. You can color in the spaces with whatever art material you have. It can go from watercolors to markers like I use right now, to color pencils, crayons, whatever you have in your house. And you can also use normal pencil if you don't have a black marker like I do in the second scribble. It's just whatever materials you have at home at your disposal. For these last two art activities, I was inspired by the YouTube channel Sea Lemon, and they are just for when you want to have a mental break and just relax for a little bit. And the first one is going to be a 3D line art. What you're going to do is take a piece of paper and just trace your hand on it, and then you're going to fill out that piece of paper like I'm doing here with just straight lines. You can use whatever color matches you want. You don't have to use the same that I do now. And what you're going to do is you're going to fill out the paper with straight lines, but when you arrive to the inside of the tracing that you did, you're going to switch to a curvier line, and that is what is going to give the illusion of 3D in your drawing, and you should be left with something looking like what I'm doing now. And the second one is going to be the continuous flower. Now this activity is especially good for people who find doodling really relaxing. You're going to want to draw a flower, and then when you are drawing its petals, you're going to want to make them gradually bigger and bigger. And you can try and draw this flower, like you can start it from the middle of the page and draw a circle and then draw the petals bigger and bigger gradually, or you can start from the corner of the page like I did right now. You can also continue the petals until the end of the page and have the whole page filled out, or you can do like I did and just stop at the middle of the page. And then you can also fill out the petals with some patterns, or you can just like experiment with whatever you want. You can also color the petals if you want to with different colors. And this is it for the activities that I had planned for this video. I hope you enjoyed them, and I hope they were very helpful and they helped you relax and clear your mind in moments of stress and anxiety.